I do a lot of racial humor, you know what I mean? But people don't, you know, they get the wrong impression about me, man. I live around a ton of East Indians, so I don't see color. I smell it.
We're back with more hilarious comedians that conservatives will love.
My neighbor is a black guy with this huge pit bull, and I made the mistake of trying to pet him right in front of the dog.
The Mexican mother-in-law.
She always needs something, but just too proud to ask for it. She can't reach a can from the top shelf. She'll be like, I can't get it. I cannot get it. I can't get it. I guess I'll never get it. They're very superstitious. Every day they come up with something. I saw the Virgin Mary in my cornflakes or something. No other race is that superstitious, man. You never hear an Asian person say, I saw the Buddha in my kimchi noodle, you know.
You're only Mexican over there? But when you get pulled over, you're white. How did you guys all meet, for real?
High school.
High school, okay. When do you graduate? Look at this, man, all different races laughing together, you know what I mean? And you'll all avoid eye contact on the way out, you know? African American. Oh, right there. He put his hand up and this girl's like, put that shit down. He finna do you like he did him. You got kids, man? Yeah, good for you. Every black guy knows this, man. The problem is, no one plans for kids anymore. And if you're not careful, they'll find you. You guys miss Lori Lightfoot?
No.
She only got elected in the first place because she's so hot. Are you Japanese, big dog?
Like 2%.
Oh, you're just really Mexican. Okay. He's like, see. Nice Latino couple there, right? Is that what you guys are? Latino, looking right at you. You can answer me. I'm not ICE. You know what I mean? They're all scared. How you guys doing? Oh my God, no. What do you guys do? What are you into, man? No English. Okay, fair enough. How many years you guys got? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Well, it's your what?
It's my birthday.
Okay, that's not what I asked, but that's okay. I was like, how many years together? It's my birthday today. Mexican narcissist right here. How long you been together? Happy birthday. How long you guys got together, man?
That's my dad.
That's your dad? What's your daughter's name? What'd you name her?
Ophelia.
Gophelia? No thanks. Go feel yourself. I just went to India. I had heard it's the dirtiest country in the world. Now they got signs everywhere that say, please wash your hands before you shit in the street.
I'm from California, and well, cheers everybody. I had to get out because I got little kids. It's dangerous to have little kids in public schools in California, you know? In the morning you drop off a boy, in the afternoon you pick up a girl, you know what I'm saying? It's dangerous. Starting to think Somalia is not sending us their best. Yeah. Who is letting their kids be watched by Somalian? Didn't anybody see Captain Phillips, that Tom Hanks movie? They're fucking pirates. We are taking over the ship and the child care center. We're doing both. That's how amazing this country is, though, if you think about it. You can come over here from Somalia. You don't even have to be here, you know, legally. You can just marry your brother. Yep. What an amazing country. Then you can open up a child care center, a Leering center. You don't even have to have kids. It's the best part. You just get the money. Thank God for Florida. My God. You know, I love this idea of not paying property tax. That f***ing makes sense, right? Not yet, right? It's a good idea. Ideas are good. You got to put it out there. You got to vote for it? Well, who'd be against that shit? Let me guess.
Yeah.
People who don't own shit. When I was 10 years old, my dad told me the most consequential event of the 20th century was World War II. And that one of the most consequential events of World War II was the liberation of Europe, D-Day, June 6, 1944. And that my grandfather was there. So I said, can I go talk to him? Can I go talk? He said, no. Your grandfather suffers from this thing called survivor's guilt. Why did he survive when his friends around him were all killed that day? So if he wants to talk about it, he'll talk about it. But if he doesn't, he won't. So we used to go see him every Sunday. Finally, one Sunday, my dad said, hey, Robbie, Grandpa wants to talk about D-Day. I was like, what? No, yeah, just let him do the talking. So I went in there, and I said, Grandpa, you can tell us about D-Day, June 6, 1944, the liberation of Europe, Omaha Beach. What was that like? And I'll never forget. He told me. Well, I was sleeping in the morning. And since the Americans started attacking, I said, merk schnell weg, they are coming. They are coming. Herr Hitler was right. They are f***ing coming. Ich habe eine große Schwanzluke und roten Dicke. So we shooting. Killing as many Americans as we could. But there was too many. Finally, we ran out of ammunition. I threw down my weapon, put on the woman's dress, snuck into Belgium, sucked a few dicks, but I survived the war. Wow. I understand what you mean by survivor's guilt. I always like coming to Huntsville. It's very welcoming here. Maybe too welcoming. Because you guys had Werner von Braun come stay here. A certified Nazi killer. And somehow, you guys were cool with that. I don't know how that conversation went down. It couldn't have been that different than this. You tell me you're gonna let an actual Nazi come from Nazi Germany to come over here to Huntsville and live with us. That's what you want? A Nazi? A real Nazi? He's going to help us get to the moon. Okay, f*** it. Have him come in. He can stay. I got a guest room. He can stay there, you know. I like that people work out here. They're walking every morning. Now, especially this time of year, they're walking in the morning. The other day, I was out walking, seeing all these old people walking. I go, man, there's all these old people walking. And I realized, I'm one of the f***ing old people. Holy shit. How did that happen? Now I'm one of the old f***ers. Scott stayed like this. How did that happen? And they look good, though. People, I gotta say, they work out, they go to the gym, they walk. You can get Botox at Starbucks. It's pretty cool. I was at your little shitty airport today. No, it's cute. Don't get me wrong. Which baggage carousel is Flight 487? Like, what do you mean? And we got one baggage carousel. What do you mean? Which bag? We got one. Here's the one. You go find that one. Let me narrow it down for you. Baggage carousel only. Only one. And by the way, Little Sister that we did earlier is about a guy who's dating a girl, and she's a whore, and she gets up during the date and leaves with some other dude, and so he goes out with her little sister as revenge. Yeah!
Audience participation, I guess.
They got Chinese people in Texas. And yeah, they're different than our Chinese people because they have guns. And they're proud of it. They're like, see that? That's why I moved to Texas right there. Yeah, to protect my grandmother. My grandmother, she used to live in San Francisco. And the Joel Freud cousin press a square button. Well, now I protect my grandmother in Texas. Yeah, that's why I moved to Texas. To shoot a black person. Riggery. No, Chinese people do not around in Texas. They're like, you come within 6 feet, the mask come out, the gun come out. That's how they practice at the range. Just woo, woo, That's how I shoot him, and then I don't get the COVID. Bang! Oh!
One of my favourite things about Australia is that we're the only nation in the world that have a practical joke that we've all agreed on. And what's that practical joke? Drop bears, too fucking right it is.
Drop bears.
We came out to Australia to film a documentary that never saw the light of day. We're out here and my wife's pregnant and it's the first day in Australia and we have to do something out in the bush, right? And they're filming us and we just met the crew and we're walking along and we're walking through the bush and you start subtle with it, don't you? Right? You don't go in too hard. You don't get to the edge of the bush and go, bloody drop bears in there. You got to give it a bit of this. Until eventually she's like, what? What's going on? I'm like, it's nothing. I go, I don't want to upset you, but there's these animals called drop bears, and they're like koala-like animals that are in the trees, and when they see you, they drop down and then they grab you on the face and they start clawing your face off. And then the cameraman dropped his camera like this. My cousin died from one.
My man.
Right, so now my wife, who's pregnant, is terrified all day. Later on in the day, she's getting her makeup done before we do the next bit of the documentary. And a woman from the crew, she's putting the makeup on my wife, and she goes, "Don't let those boys upset you. I've only ever seen 2 of them." And oh, good for you.
She's in on it. But have you heard of the American jackalope? So this is Nina Conti. She is a ventriloquist comedian.
You're working in a bar? Yeah.
These make people talk for her.
So you're working customer service? Yeah. For a bathroom company? Yeah. Right, and so do you do that in the workplace or? Yeah, I have to go in a box. I'll go in there in the morning. Tell me about the kind of calls you get. I'll get calls and I'll go, And so what kind of things? Well, they'll like call up and they go, this...
Everyone is weak and gay. Even your enemies are weak and gay. Basically, this woman, Sia Weaver, she's supposed to be an advocate for tennis, sure. She gets confronted outside of her home and asked, oh, since you said all this stuff about taking away white home ownership, does that include your mother's $1.6 million house? Then she starts crying like a goblin. Can you imagine the Bolsheviks being confronted about their hypocrisy and then crying like this? They're looking on her and going, what a weak gay. You got asked a question and you're going to cry. How are you going to carry out the mass executions that are necessary for your plan if you can't even handle being questioned about why your mom owns a house? See, so our enemies are also weak and gay. So this should make you take heart, right? Because you might look around and you might look around at your siblings or your fellow Americans and go, God, how are we ever going to win? Everyone's so weak, fake, and gay. But then you have to go look at the other side and go, oh, they're also weak, fake, and gay. So this is going to be a homosexual World War III, and whoever's the least weak, fake, and gay is going to win. You just have to be less weak, fake, and gay than whatever this is.
It's just that easy.
When they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy.
See, I'm telling you guys, he's retarded. At least the early grifters knew how to use the words of racist and homophobic and anti-Semitic in a way that produced fruits for them. This is just so blatant. So now we can see what the script always was. Anytime you objected to the mistreatment of yourself and your kinfolk, the clear anti-white sentiment that was aimed at you for at least the last 70 years, even though you don't realize it, they would call you a racist. And now that's the only card they have in their deck. Let's go look up what a scapegoat is, because everybody throws that word out and people don't really understand English, and of course they don't. That's because they're Somalian. A scapegoat is an individual or group unfairly blamed for the faults, mistakes, or problems of others, serving to deflect responsibility and unify a group against a common, innocent target. A practice rooted in ancient rituals where a goat symbolically carried sins into the wilderness, but now functions psychologically and socially as a defense mechanism to avoid facing real issues. You can't scapegoat the Somalians by blaming them for what they're doing. Irony of ironies, Tim Waltz, you are scapegoating the white man as you've been trained to do by your handlers. This is the great make you crazy gaslighting, is when you call out these certain groups for their bad behavior, and it's not just the Somalians, right? We get it when we were calling out the epic black violence on white people. They would turn it around and say this is white supremacy. They are scapegoating white people for the crimes of these minority groups who overpopulate the earth, actually, because they don't want to deal with the real issue that race is a reality, and all of these groups are going to be tribal no matter what. And the only person who doesn't act in their own interest is the white man, who is conveniently being strung up for the sins of the Somalis.
We tried asking people here what it means to be British. What does being British mean to you?
I don't understand English.
Can you tell me what category of fat I fit in?
So it's based on your shirt size. So if you are a 1 or 2X, you are small fat. 3 to 4X, you are mid fat. 5 to 6X, you are super fat.
She's super fat, super fatty.
She's a super freak.
She's super fatty.
She's a very special girl.
Gonna die of diabetes. Super.
Prosecutors say the money went toward luxury homes, high-end cars, jewelry, overseas transfers, and an entire network of shell companies.
Shell companies. Does that sound like something a Somali would be able to figure out how to do? Does this look like a mastermind of a $1 billion scheme? And I know you're like, oh, Leonardo, that's just like one Somalian. They don't all look like that. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They all have that light bulb head. I don't know why they have so much space in their cranium, because they clearly don't have a brain and know how to use it. And you're going to tell me that they can figure out how to do a multi-million, upwards of $1 billion scheme, creating shell companies to hide the money? No. Now, I can believe that they spent it on a bunch of luxury vacations and cars and homes, because they are still, after all, black.
We need to get Leonardo back on the show.
People are like, oh, are you pro-choice? I'm like, that depends. What color is the baby?
And I travel the whole world. You know what I'm addicted to watching? I love watching ugly couples arguing. I'm serious, because they know they got to make it work. She taught me the most important thing I've ever learned in my life, though. 2 words: shea butter. Because white people, we don't know lotions, right? I mean, my guy, you can't name 3 lotions, man. He'll say something stupid like Jergens. What you gonna do with some Jergens? You gotta get the butter, shea butter. It's not too late, man. Get some. But be careful, okay? Be careful. It's slick now. Nobody warned me. That shit'll leave a coating on your hand, saying, man. I can't open up the door to my house. I was sitting there like, quick, for 20 minutes. I'm like, whoa, hold up. This is why black people's always late?
I'm not looking forward to the day Gen Z starts working the phones over at the Unalive hotline. They will pick us off one by one. You just call the number, some dude named Paprika answers. He's just like, you called? Just text. Text me the emoji, you feel? I also think it's just a bit confusing, because sometimes the very reason you might be calling that number seems to be greenlit by a lot of the terms they use. You ever notice that? Let's say you call up Paprika. And you're like, hey man, I'm in a weird way, you know, I don't know, but I got a in the next room. And Paprika's like, I'm feeling triggered. And you're like, okay, I mean, I guess I'll just put my head in the oven. He's like, it's lit. And you're like, I'll just take a bottle of pills. He's like, no cap. And let's say you go through with it, and some Gen Z paramedic shows up and is like, damn, he slayed.
What comedian was your favorite? Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.